Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Fadila Salma Azahra and my number is 12050300084. Okay, in this video, I will do my midterm semiotic test about some description and analysis related to semiotics by using various perspectives such as literature, language, character or biographies, history, science knowledge, or culture by Ferdinand de Saussure and Charles Sanders Peirce and the other semioticians. Okay, the first we know that semiotic is the study of sign and symbol and their interpretation in various contexts. It plays an important role in understanding how meaning is created and communicated through various forms of human expression, including literature, language, character or biography, history, scientific knowledge, and culture. In the context of Ferdinand de Saussure and Charles Sanders Peirce as the founders of modern semiotics, let us analyze their contribution and their perspective of the various semioticians mentioned. Okay, the first is language perspective. Saussure and Peirce made a significant contribution to the understanding of language as a system of signs. Saussure's work on structuralism laid the foundation for the structural analysis of language, emphasizing the importance of signifiers and signified. Peirce, on the other hand, introduced the triadic model of sign, which includes signs, objects, and their interpreters. Their work has influenced linguistic analysis in literature. The second is character or biography perspective. Saussure and Peirce do not focus too much on individual character or biographies. However, their theory provides a framework for analyzing how character in literature are constructed as signs in a narrative, representing certain qualities, attributes, or cultural symbols. The third is history perspective. Saussure's idea about the arbitrariness of linguistic signs and the evolution of language over time have historical implications. Peirce's work was strongly influenced by its historical context, and his semiotic theory developed during his lifetime, reflecting the changing intellectual climate of the late 19th and early 20th century. The fourth is knowledge of sign perspective. Peirce's work in logic and philosophy had a great influence on scientific investigation, specifically in the development of semiotics. His pragmatic approach to inquiry and his emphasis on the scientific method laid the foundation for understanding how knowledge is generated and communicated in various fields. The second one is culture perspective. Saussure's structuralist approach to language and sign had a major impact on cultural studies. It allows the analysis of cultural symbols, rituals, and practice as system of signs. Peirce's pragmatism contributes to understanding the role of sign and symbol in cultural practice and their influence on society. The next is talking about semiotician and its contribution. The first is Roman Jakobson. Roman Jakobson extends Saussure's ideas into the study of poetry and the function of language. His work on poetic language, especially his famous Poetic Function of Language, contribute to the analysis of literature from a semiotic perspective. The second is Louis James Self. James Self expands Saussure's structuralism with his geomatics, providing a more refined framework for linguistic analysis and emphasizing the importance of the relationship between expression and content in sign. The third is Greimas. Greimas is known for his contribution to narrative theory and structural semantics. His approach to narrative analysis, known as the actuarial model and semiotic square, has been influential in literary and cultural studies. The next one is Roland Barthes. Barthes applied semiotics to literature and culture through concepts such as myth, signifier, and signified. He explored how cultural symbols and texts convey meaning and ideology. The next one is Halliday. Halliday developed systemic functional linguistics, which focus on the function of language in communication. This approach is important for analyzing the role of language in different contexts, including literature and culture. The next is Umberto Eco. Eco's work expands into semiotics and its application to various cultural artifacts, such as literature, film, and art. His cultural semiotics approach is known for analyzing signs and symbols in cultural products. And the last one is Riveter. Riveter's work in literary semiotics, specifically his concept of hypogram, explored the interaction between text and interpretation, explaining how the reader constructs meaning in literature. Okay, the next material about semiotics and its perspective. The first is literary perspective. So all the semioticians made important contribution to the analysis of literary text through various semiotic frameworks. They help us understand the way signs, symbol, and language are used in literary works to generate meaning. The second is language perspective. They have unique approach to language, such as James Self-Geomatics, Greimer's actuarial model, and Halliday's language function, which help in understanding how language function in various contexts. The third is character or biographical perspective. Some semioticians, such as Greimer, introduce frameworks that could be applied to character analysis in literary works. The fourth is historical perspective. Each of these semioticians play an important role in the development of semiotics over the past decades, reflecting shift and development in semiotic thought. The next one is scientific knowledge perspective. Some semioticians, such as Eco, apply semiotic thinking in analyzing scientific knowledge and how knowledge is transmitted through sign and symbol. And the last one is cultural perspective. All these semioticians contribute to analyzing symbol and sign in a cultural context, helping us to understand how culture is represented and conveyed through sign and symbol. So, the conclusion is semiotics as a field has been greatly enriched by the contribution of Ferdinand de Saussure and Charles Sanders Peirce and has expanded to encompass a wide range of perspective and application in the study of literature, language, character or biography, history, the science, and culture. Semiotics such as Jacobson, James Self, Greimer, Barthes, Halliday, Eco, and Riveter have expanded and adapted these fundamental ideas to enrich our understanding of the complex system of sign and symbol that make up human communication and culture. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I'm really sorry for any mistake or misunderstanding. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.